So here's a video where we discover the contents of a box that I received with my BSA Spitfire MkIV, and there's a lot of what I either call spares or extras. For instance, pistons. Well, the bike already has pistons, so what do we need these for? Well, it turns out these are the originals, and the bike was overboard to 20 over pistons. So I have those. I have two copper head gaskets. I've heard that if you anneal these, you can reuse, but I'm not sure I should push it. There looks like possibly another wiring harness. Maybe. Yeah, I'll have to go through this in detail, I think. There appears to be some brake cables or clutch cables. We'll leave those in there. I seem to have a pair of coils. Lucas. Not sure how they compare to what's on there. Yeah, so you guys are going to have to help me out with some of these things. There's possibly the original toolkit with just a couple little parts in it still. Filter compound. Looks like a very fat little container of some sort of liquid, which looks about ready to burst. I'm seeing these in here, and I'm not sure if those actually go with the bike. I haven't noticed anything that mounts on. Looks like a horn switch. Ooh, something in the original box. Contact set for ignition. Alright. Don't know if that's new or used, honestly. There's a little corrosion on there. Looks like it's used, if you ask me. This is for the speedometer. I think there's one on the bike already. It was missing a cable, so I've secured another cable already. Ooh, look. Valves. Different sizes. I'm assuming intake and exhaust. And there's a little bit rusty, but I'm not sure if there was something specifically wrong with these when they came out. Well, here's a tool. Is this... Maybe somebody can tell me what that's used for. I'll have a look through the service manual to see if that highlights it for me. I'm assuming this comes from the gearbox. I'm not seeing any chipped teeth on this. I'm wondering if somebody changed a gear ratio. So I should find, well, there's another one. So, question is, can I find a part number on these? And these look about the same size. Anyway, moving on. There's a brand new something or other. Slightly flexible. Not. Oh, is that piston ring set? Not labeled, because there's different. Yeah, that could be piston rings. Some rubber pieces for foot pegs, etc. I've ordered a brand new set of rubbers already. There's another one of these mystery blocks. Oh, this is actually Lucas contacts, 60 through 66, F22 it says. And there's another one there. Is this a shift fork from in the transmission, perhaps? I bet you this interlocks here. Yep, sure does. Looks like a big wing nut. Probably not from the bike. Here's a couple of brackets. Now I have brackets for the exhaust. I mean, are these exhaust brackets? Maybe these were for the shorty mufflers that came off. I don't think so though. I'm not sure. Look, you know, this thing was, I don't know how many miles were on this bike when I got it, because the speedometer that's on there, or the odometer, doesn't have any readings, but these are friction plates for our clutch. So this thing was rebuilt in overboard and apparently had clutch work done on it. So I'm not sure what it was used for. Racing. Another foot peg. A little rubber bit. Not in too bad a shape, but I'm not sure where it goes yet. Assuming a coil bracket. Ooh, look, more gears. More gears. This looks like it's a one-way haul setup on one side here. I'm not sure where that goes to. Clearly meant to be driven in one direction. Yeah, I'll have to dig in on the transmission documentation and see where some of the stuff goes. Another shift fork. Another wrist pin. Well, there was two of them in the engine already. Not sure what this one was for. I'm guessing this is a drive sprocket from the output of the transmission. Two more valves in a bag. These things are copper looking. Not sure what these things are. Any ideas? And a little toolkit. Yeah, maybe this is the original toolkit actually, because that sort of fits the container that's underneath the oil tank, and that looks like it might be an original tool with the shock adjuster on it and a wrench. Some plugs, some intake carb gaskets, condenser, an extra bolt. Never hurts. So yeah, random stuff. Well, that's about it. Interesting collection there. I don't know if it tells me something about the history of the bike. It had some top end work done, hence the valves. It had some transmission work done, hence the gears and the friction plates. Clearly it had pistons replaced. So this bike's been through a lot in the first 10 years it was on the road, because after that it just sat. So pretty exciting.